Uh, Welcome back, everybody, to the Boulder Boys Show, episode number 37. Woo! Coming at you from the green couch.
The green couch with. Where's Moy?
Where'd Moy go?
Moy, for those just listening, Moy's decked out in North Face kit that's the exact same color as the couch.
It was an accident.
You guys didn't get the memo.
We did
I
not
am
get
too,
the memo.
technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're awesome.
I only see Matt's head.
So go to YouTube and watch it on YouTube, and you'll see.
Yeah.
You will see. You will see, or you won't see me.
You won't see. Yeah.
Yeah. It is funny. None, like things like that don't make any sense to listeners.
No.
You'll check it out on YouTube. All right. First off, we have some more coffee beans we're gonna shout out.
Also in a green bag.
Also in a green bag, matching Moy and this couch and Matt. These are from Carrie Yums on Instagram. We're not friends on Instagram. I tried to be friend the Instagram right before this, but she must not have seen it. So I don't know her full name. Their full name.
Is a lady?
I believe so.
Smells
But
good.
thank you so much. These are from Canyon Coffee in LA. I've heard a lot of good things about this coffee shop from friends who live in LA. So super cool to have these beans with us.
And the name is very fitting for what we have coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, this is the year of the boy and the year of the canyon because we're winning any canyon that you give us.
And we just
Yeah.
ran in a canyon.
Yeah.
Canyons everywhere.
Absolutely.
Canyons and coffee.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Right.
And yeah, I guess we'll just start off. Moy's back with us. You missed a couple
I am-
episodes.
Only one.
Only one.
So this is funny. I haven't been on in 3 episodes, which are the 3 episodes with guests.
That's what happens, dude.
crazy.
We know you're not going to be on,
It's like
so we have
that.
to hire.
It is a full coincidence.
Yeah, we have to hire a fill-in.
Maybe, dude. Yeah, I haven't been. I wasn't on for just the last one with Ryan Trower.
That's right. It feels like you were away for so long,
I was gone for 8 days,
dude.
actually,
And you
just enough time to win a race.
just enough time to win a race, making it 2-2.
Yeah, so some people will say, "Oh,
Is that the right button?
Oh no, that's a monster.
I'm sorry. I was trying to be excited about it.
Here, we'll do it here.
Yeah, there we go. There it is. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers!" Yeah, that was cool. Some people will say there was a local race, but it was a win.
Who would say
A
that?
win is a win.
So like hikers.
Some hikers.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Did they reside in Salt Lake?
Well, like they are like we can talk about it later, but yeah, I don't want them to take my light. No, I'm kidding. Dude, yeah. So I'm back. Happy to be back. Now I don't have any other travels planned until the next race, so that's exciting. To be honest, it was kind of hard to go to Chile for such a quick turnaround, but it was good nonetheless. I had a great time and I had a good race and I have some good post race days.
Dude, it looked beautiful. How'd the race play out? Give us
So-
some more context.
So that's cool. So this is a race in the south of Chile that happens in some trails that are very special because it is kind of the beginning of the Patagonian region, and this is a very rainy area. So it's like normally even the summer, like this is the end of the summer in Chile. The trails are very wet and they're not particularly slippery, but they're like super muddy. So you can get mud like all the way to your knee in some sections. So the 3 things that define this race are the mud, for sure, the river crossings. So we had to cross like 6 rivers. Not big, like the water is never much higher than your knee, but there are rivers, and maybe 8. So a few rivers. And then the landscape is just beautiful. So sometimes you get like the view of 3 very beautiful volcanoes, which are just like stunning. So those are kind of the 3 main aspects of the race. And in Chile, trail running is very big, and they're actually very good guys that run trails over there. So that's pretty cool because I like to go back and see, how he measure. And the guy who I was racing with most of the race, who took second, he is very strong.
What's his name?
His name is Francisco Pino, like pine.
Pino.
And in Chile, we call, like, the Franciscos, we call them Pancho. So
Shout out Pancho.
we call him Pancho Pine. And
Is that your boy? Like, are you friends with him or?
we're friends. We have been friends for a while. And the third place, Santiago, he's a very close friend too, and a younger runner. So yeah, they're all very strong. Pancho is particularly strong. He has beat me a couple of times. Actually, once it was right after my first UTMB in 2019, and I was like cooked. And we did this 50 miler in Chile, like the endurance challenge, but the Chilean one. And funny thing is, like, he always races the same way when we race together, which is like he follows me and he ran the whole thing with me, and then he like tried to drop me at the end. But he have done it once, and I was tired, but I knew that he wasn't going to be able to do it this time. But it was cool. It was a good race. We ran, chatted, push hard, then kind of like enjoy, and then push hard again. And then I was able to. I knew the race ended with a climb. So funny, like, because it's like full of rocks, but the vegetation is very thick and kind of low, so you have to be kind of like doing this. What is the name of this?
Like hunching over, crouching.
Yeah.
Hunching over while jumping over rocks. So it's funny. Like, there is a video actually in Instagram where like I'm like running up and like kind of doing this.
Is that on your? Did you save it to a highlight or something? I think I missed it. I'd love to see it.
I have to find it. I
Okay.
can ask for it.
Dude, make a little like highlight that's pinned because
Yeah, where's the reels, man?
I'd love to see the trail. It looked like from some of the pictures, like it was amazing.
Beautiful, dude. Yeah, beautiful for sure. But then the last climb I was able to run harder, and then I dropped him. I put like only like a minute and a half, but just enough. So that was good. I felt good. I recovered quick, and now I'm back into training, which is pretty cool. Got a win on a 50K, which is funny because it was like 49K, 48, 49K, with some vert, and we did run like 4 hours. I did run 4 hours 19, very technical, but it's exactly half of canyons with half of the elevation and half of the time.
Kind of perfect.
Perfect tune-up.
Probably more technical than canyons too.
It is much less
I don't think
random.
you're crouching in canyons. I don't know.
Humid or not?
Yeah, humid.
Okay.
Humid, a little warm, but not hot. Perfect temperature. That's for sure. Perfect temperature. It
Nice.
got hot a little bit at some point, but not really. So it's good. It was good. I saw the time. I was like, this is kind of like a good 50% of everything I need to do in a few months. So that's pretty cool. And then go back to Santiago, hang out with my sister, and then with Max, working and having coffee.
Did you hit up Felix?
Dude, no, I didn't hit up Felix.
Wait, really?
No.
Where'd you get coffee?
Oh, well, we have another.
Who's Felix?
Dude, Felix is one of our favorite coffee shops
Okay.
in Santiago, which is
I thought
very
it was a
good.
person.
It also is also probably a person. It's our favorite coffee shop in Santiago. One of our favorite coffee shops in Santiago. But like we normally finish our runs there. So the thing is, like, Kirsten will run to Felix, and then I will run to Felix with Max or on my own, and then we all meet there in the morning. Like, I don't know, 8, 9 in the morning when we finish our runs, grab a coffee, and then go on with our days. So that's like our rhythm when we're there.
What makes it good?
The spot is cool. It's only outside.
Only outdoor seating?
Only outdoor seating. It's very low key. It's very artistic.
Okay.
The coffee is good.
Is it like a kind of Italian roast style or like single origin light roast? Like, I'm curious. The fans want to know, dude. They're coffee fans.
Well, they bring maybe Max could answer this. They buy their coffee from, or they don't roast themselves. They only make the coffee. And they get the coffee from like CCR, which is like a famous roaster in Santiago.
Whoa. Okay.
I couldn't tell you, but they have a nice espresso machine, and they also do.
What's your
very
go-to
good
drink?
pour-over.
What do you order?
After a run, it would be a nice Americano or a nice latte.
Nice.
Just because, like, it's like hot and like you want something icy. And they have like a very nice pan con palta. So avocado toast.
Yeah.
Very good. And also like some good like lemon cake. So you can have like a breakfast
Nice.
and then you go on with your day, you know.
Sweet.
But we didn't go to Felix. We go to another coffee shop. It's called Ander. That is also super artistic and very cool. And the cool thing is like, well, we know the people that work there, but we can work from there like the whole afternoon. So we get like normally with Max, we meet there, have lunch, and then like start working together in some stuff, and spend the afternoon there like just having coffee and like having snacks and like we chit chat with the people walking by, and so it's a cool vibe.
It's like
Very
Rafa. Maybe
But
maybe
like-
even cooler.
No, I love Rafa, but I say it's much cooler.
Cool.
But yeah, it was a good time, and yeah, happy to have won. I won a little bonus because TNF organized the race, so that was pretty cool.
Those are
And
the best kinds of races.
I agree, dude. I agree. You know that better than me. But yeah, now I'm back and I'm feeling good. So
Wait, before we move off your race, first of all, huge, winning in 2025. But I'm
Mm.
curious, like, what's the vibe? Like, because you were living in Europe, now you're living in Boulder. But like most people, I imagine, who are listening to this pod have not raced in Chile. Like, what's the race experience like? Like packet pickup, lining up. Is it like the same as Black Canyon, for example, or how's it different?
it does depend on the race, actually. But it does feel like racing in Chile feels closer to an American race than a European race in terms of like the show. You know, like in a European race, it's a show.
Yeah.
Here, not so much. Here, it's like more low-key. So in Chile, it's like that a lot. This race is like particularly very chill because it's in the south. So like everything's like kind of at a smaller scale.
Like, how many runners are at this? Like 200, 1,000?
No. In the 50K, like probably like 100 people, 150 people.
Nice.
It's like a small race.
Small race.
Local race, some people will say. But yeah, like a small race, with like again like fairly strong guys. Like Pancho Pino, he has been like South American champion like a couple of times.
Don't sleep on Pancho Pino, dude.
That
Dude,
dude,
don't
like,
sleep
Put
on
some
don't
fucking
sleep
respect
on
on his
Moy.
name,
Yeah, no,
Poncho Pino.
yeah. Well, I did cook Pancho Pino, that's for sure.
How much did you win by?
Like 90 seconds.
Dude,
Oh,
outkicked him at the end.
Outleaned him, dude.
wow.
Like, I mean, to be honest, like, yeah, it was less than 2 minutes, but like because he's quick. And the funny thing is, like, this dude lives like at the bottom of a volcano, and he mainly trains in volcanoes.
That's kind of cool.
So like he would like
Man.
run like we run Gold Hill, and people think like Gold Hill, oh, that's such an incredible. Dude, this guy runs up a volcano
Wow.
and then ran down to his house.
That's some serious training.
He has a high tolerance for risk, dude.
Yeah, they're not doing that in Salt Lake. I'll tell you that.
He is quick. No, dude, they're hiking in Salt Lake. I mean, whatever, going to like see like John Smith and stuff. I don't know.
Oh boy. For those that don't know, there's a little beef going on with the Salt Lake
Sweepers.
What's their name? What do they call them?
The Salt Lake Sweeps.
Anyways, the people who want to call themselves athletes who live in Salt Lake City and they run/hike are kind of trying to stir up some stuff with your Boulder boys here, and so you can thank probably Finn and Mike for that, but
Yeah.
it's all over the internet. So
we'll get
you
to
can do
that.
some digging.
I like what Mike's doing, you know what I mean? But like, it's so funny. Like, so many people like shared it to my DMs. Like, oh, did you see this? Mike's got too much time in his hands. You know what I
No,
mean?
man, I'm
It's
not even, like trying to I'm not like we're training, and so we don't really have time to like
yeah.
be
Yeah,
posting.
I grew weary of all the different like outlets that we were being roasted on.
It's fun.
Or like using. Maybe we should have had you carrying like a huge camera on our run today to get a clapback video, but instead we all ran like 6-minute pace instead. Got here
Yeah.
to fit.
You gotta pick your route, like, or you're gonna run or you're gonna hike and film. So
Yeah, that's what it is.
choose your.
Everybody
person.
has their priorities.
I mean, you got there's space and stuff for influencers, and like I get it. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, maybe they can get a new sponsorship. Like there's this platform sponsoring people. Maybe they can get on that.
Yep.
I don't remember the name, but it's something about fans. They can look it up. I think it's a good fit, though.
yeah,
I don't know if the state where they live
Also,
would allow it.
who even are they? It just seems like they randomly kind of like have dudes who run in Salt Lake as part of the Salt Lake City men, but it's like, who's on your team? You know what I mean? Like, who is it?
Yeah, we need a solid list.
Yeah,
we could,
you can't just
Is
say
it like Finn and Mike? Is it
we could
Caleb?
start- we
Is
could
it
start-
Anthony? I don't know.
we could start pulling random
grow
people.
the Boulder contingent. You know that then it would really get scary.
Yeah. You know, Nigus is now in the team.
Yeah.
Yared's on the team. Sorry.
We got a former world record holder here.
Poor Yared is like, he's gonna hate that. All right.
Anyways, that's Chile. It was cool.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a segue. It was pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'm excited. You know, like I think I won't lose any other races this year.
No, definitely not. Well,
I mean,
I
I don't know about that, but like, you know,
I'm staying out of this.
Hey, second place behind me is gonna be a win. Don't worry.
we'll see.
I'm just gonna keep quiet right now.
Matt's taking the high road. Sweet. Well, we're very proud of you for
Appreciate
your
it.
win in Chile.
Thank you,
You're
guys.
setting the standard high. All right. We got to get back into it with Salt Lake here. So, I don't know. How did it start?
I don't know. I mean, what?
Probably having Finn on our podcast.
Probably.
An asshole.
He ratted us out. Oh, dude. I don't know, man. So, sort of as we alluded to before, Salt Lake, there's been some people in Salt Lake that decide to pick beef with us for whatever reason. I think they're just trying to, ride our popularity at the moment. But, no, Mike McGonigal decided to post a reel. Actually, he commented on your Instagram first.
Yeah. Was it the workout we did?
I don't remember. It wasn't that one. It was one you. I think you posted it on your own.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was from the long run that we did at Gold Hill.
Yeah.
And it was the They Not Like Us one.
Oh yeah. I don't remember what he commented.
He was like, I think the Salt Lake City boys are exactly like you or something.
Dude, couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah.
I
mean, there's some strong boys out there.
There are some strong boys.
but It's
Okay.
a big part of it is vibes. You know what I mean? Like,
It's true.
I don't know.
It's true.
Maybe they can spark up a podcast too. You know?
They should spark up a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe they have one a single track. I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
but it is a great community. It is a cool community in Salt Lake. It looks like they train together. You know, like Finn was doing like all of this like fast repeats and stuff. Ended up in a DNF, but you know, like trying is good sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
But it looks like a very cool group of very
It
interesting.
does look like a cool group. And
I
also,
would love to like meet them and hang out with them. Honestly.
it was funny. They posted a video that was like how they would roast. I don't know. It was like just a 3-minute long video on YouTube roasting us. But then in the process, they like were like, oh yeah, no, the Boulder boys have more wins than us. And actually, like, it was funny because like I think like other than Caleb Olson at the moment, which Caleb Olson like, yeah, he cooks us for this year. Whatever he did at Canary was nuts. But
Your Black Canyon was pretty good, dude.
I don't know. I
feel like you guys are going toe to toe.
we're going toe to toe. But it was just funny because like everybody else on the video was like, oh yeah, we have 3 DNSs for the year, like 2 DNFs.
Dude, that was us last year.
They
man.
picked
That was
this,
us
you know.
It comes in waves, you know.
It's funny, like it's really interesting right now how there's just like so many little pockets of like groups or friends training together. Like you got the guys in Mammoth, the Mammoth Men, I think is what they've coined themselves, and you got like the guys in Bend, Oregon. Like there's always like little subgroups. It's kind of cool. It reminds me, you posted a little meme of the Anchorman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, scene from Anchorman, and it like reminds me of that. Like if we all got together in a race, it's just like
It is like the
Yeah.
Anchorman fight scene. Absolutely. Okay, so we should like. I think it would be super fun to do like a city-based like race, like a
Yeah.
cross-country meet. You know, but instead it's like you know how there's a track meet, Portland versus Seattle
yes.
track meet,
Yeah,
or something like that. I think that'd be so fun to do like Boulder, Salt Lake, Mammoth, Flagstaff.
the
Bend.
Cowgirl Collective.
Yeah, where are they? Boise
There's Seattle, I think.
or Seattle?
Seattle, I think Seattle. Or maybe
I don't
Boise,
know.
could be wrong. Yeah.
If somebody, I know people from Cowgill listen to this, comment where y'all are from. And then like an East Coast collective.
Yeah,
That'd be sick.
that'd be so
It
sick.
would definitely be cool.
Be
Yeah.
fun. We should have one race at the end of the year,
But-
December.
I agree. But the thing is, like, not every group can be called like the name of the city and then with the word men at the end. It can't be the Mammoth Men. I think Katie Shide is the one who created that name, though. The Mammoth Men.
I think
If
you're right.
Katie created it, it can be that. Yeah, in my
But then, but not because you have the Mammoth Men. It has to be like the Salt Lake City Men. Like,
Oh yeah.
they have to a little like we can help them with the naming.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I had some ideas.
I
Like,
do too, but I don't think they're appropriate to say on
like
here.
The Salt Lake Suckers.
That's actually a cool
I
one.
think it's a good one.
That is actually
Great,
a very
dude.
good one. Yeah. I was thinking like the Salt Lake City hikers, but like yours is like you're such a good branding person, dude.
Yeah,
The Salt Lake.
to me for all your branding needs.
Yeah. You guys have any other ideas?
I don't know, man. We just better be able to back this all up. You know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, you just can't quote us on any of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's on the hat.
Yep, exactly. It's on the hat.
By the way, go get yourself a hat.
Oh yeah, we haven't shouted out the website in a while. Go to boulderboys.show. Snag yourself a hat on the internet.
Did you guys see the parody video of David Roach today that came out?
Oh my
I
goodness.
know you guys did. 'cause
Oh.
it was
In there, I did see it.
Dude, it was nuts. By a guy named Tim Cannon.
I'm not gonna
on
lie.
YouTube.
Pretty much like scene by scene
Like
parody.
It was so
it was
good.
pretty spot
It
on,
was so
man.
good.
He sounded like, I don't know, it was pretty funny. It was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like no matter what you think about the latest Training for Western States videos, it was pretty entertaining.
Yes.
And I feel like it shed some light on like maybe how like a lot of people are viewing those videos, you know? Just like a little out there, little outlandish.
Yeah.
Outrageous, I guess. I don't know about outlandish. I don't know the difference between those two words actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's I think I'm mostly current. I haven't seen 100% of all of them. I think I've seen like most of all of them. But I don't know, dude. It's I do think that's how David is largely. Like the way he's showing up in the videos is like kind of how that's how I basically experienced him as a coach, you know?
Right.
So it's not like a different representation of David than it is in my experience.
Yeah.
The production value on those videos was nuts. Like he got like the white fence in there, just like
Oh, on the spoof video?
just like on David's. Yeah, like
it was
everything was
it
like
was super accurate.
identical to
Yeah.
the David videos. But I've only seen the first 2 David videos. I haven't gotten caught up on those yet. So
How many are
I don't know.
they?
I think like 5 or something, 4 or 5.
I don't know.
I saw him filming one.
you did. Which one?
I don't know, one on Gold Hill.
Dude, okay, I watched
Yeah.
that when you weren't in it. I literally watched the whole-
Thankfully, because I mean, yeah, I wasn't planning on being on it.
I watched the
I
whole
watched just-
thing hoping they like got you on
Oh
film.
man, no! Imagine like I'm like running like super slow down the canyon, and this guy's like
Dude.
flying by.
How long will his new record last? Do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's gonna
Depends
last
on
a
if somebody
while.
actually like goes for it. Like I don't know. I've never known anybody to like actually go for that FKT other than the guy who had it before, Ryan.
Yeah. So
Um,
for context,
so
he
it'd be
got the
interesting.
Gold Hill FKT
The
up and
so if
around.
you do it counterclockwise, so there's 2 different routes. You can go clockwise, which is kind of the normal like route for a lot of people, or you can go counterclockwise and it gets the steep climbing out of the way from the get go. I mean, you're climbing either way, but it gets like the real steep part out of the way. And he set the FKT for that climb and then carried on and finished that counterclockwise loop for the FKT.
Yeah, dude,
On 204, I think.
I think it's gonna last a while.
You do?
I don't think.
Well, not
I
that
don't
many
think
people
many.
like go after it because it just
Yeah.
beats you to shit, man. It's like
I was going to say the tough thing is like you have to actually try, like you'd have to be full sending it because most of the time on a long run, you know, like you maybe stop at the top, wait for the rest of your group, you know,
Yeah.
like drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like someone's gonna have to go out there with like SAG support and send it.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
had.
I just don't.
Yeah, he probably had some. I wonder if he had like support because it didn't.
I mean, someone took a picture.
Yeah, so that would make sense.
I definitely like don't know. I definitely don't have the like mental space or time for that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to create the time out of my training schedule to like do an effort that big. Nor if I'm gonna do an effort that big, am I gonna do Gold Hill? You know, like I'd probably pick something I like a little more.
Skyline.
Like the
Would be
Skyline
cool,
or something would be sick.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just
Dude,
like
maybe it just wasn't that big for him. You know,
it could have been easy. It could have been easy.
Dude, maybe it was like super control effort, like
super controlled.
140s.
Heart rate.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super
I
easy.
don't think
But
I
like,
don't know.
so he climbing 1 hour and 4 minutes to the top.
Yeah.
1 hour and 4 to the top.
From where?
From Centennial, from the Snea's Trailhead.
Okay. From the bathrooms, like
Yeah.
that's good.
It's a quick time.
yeah.
yeah.
I know certainly it's a quick time. It's very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. That's
Yeah. I definitely like don't. I don't know. Like it's curious. Like I don't know. Yeah. I guess we'll see how it translates to states.
I wonder if he'll post a video of that.
probably yeah, dude.
I don't know.
For his series, but like honestly, it is certainly a good time. And it's also like such an uncomfortable loop to run.
I think somebody can go under 2 hours on it.
Oh, for sure.
That downhill is so fast if you run that thing like. I don't know. I guess you do have to kind of send that uphill still, because it's a long enough uphill. Yeah, I don't know. 2 hours is anything under 2
I
hours.
just don't think.
smoking it.
I don't think there's any way to go under 2 hours without like your quads. Like so, this loop. This
full
loop
send.
is like a 9 mile uphill, and then like more or less like an 11-mile downhill, ish,
With a little 600-foot
with a
punch
little climb
right
there.
at the end. Yeah.
And there's no way to rip that downhill without your quads just being trashed. In my
Although if you go
experience.
that way, it's like
It's not as bad.
slightly
It
less
is
steep.
bad.
You know,
That is my preferred way.
Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah,
I don't.
that
I
one.
like.
you like getting the climbing out of the way, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I love to climb, but I like how long the climb is on the other side.
And then he came back like through Portman.
Yeah.
So you got that punch. That hurts.
That punch is so
Mhm.
painful.
And he actually ran that
Hearing it pretty
section
quick.
really fast.
Yeah.
I was looking at that split.
That punch, dude. It's
Yeah.
It's like a little 6-7 minutes climb.
Mhm.
If you go quick, which probably maybe took him only 5, but it is like at the end, and so it's like so painful.
So, with this information, do you like his odds against Killian better?
So considering that Killian will be second at Western States,
Oh, second to me.
yeah,
Is that what you're saying? Oh, right.
No,
Okay,
that's
sorry.
what you said.
I
we don't know.
informed.
Oh, it's still up in the air.
Well,
Keontae's next.
he only say that like he has a baby that is due around Chianti,
He should do canyons.
so he may just go and do canyons.
And then get his ass whooped if he comes to canyons.
Yeah, that's true. They probably just let him right in.
That's right.
What? Yeah. What do you say?
No, he said
Oh,
he might get his
yeah.
ass whipped because you're not losing in 2025.
But I don't.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
That's right. And
poor
I don't know
Killian,
if he could get into canyons.
Killian?
They're full.
No, he can't get in canyons.
You think he can get in?
I mean,
They're not letting people in that race.
but because I know that the list of elites, in the wait list is very long. But I think he's like kind of like in a different list.
He's
Well,
in the
where's the fairness in that? You know what I'm saying?
wait.
Fairness?
Come on,
Is the
Are you talking about fairness, dude?
Yeah,
What, like a UTMB fairness?
that's what I'm trying to get at.
yeah.
Dude, the only person that is fair in UTMB is our amigo Fabrice. You know, nobody else is fair there.
Sure, we love Fabrice. Shout out Fabrice.
Anyways,
Wait, is there a long list of elites in the?
I don't know. Did I was running on the path and somebody was like talking about it. I really don't know.
Okay.
Somebody running past say something about long list in canyons.
Gotcha.
So I don't know the facts.
Fair.
I did sign up for Canyon a while ago because last year I was on this situation where like, I wanted to get in at the end at like the last minute, and I did get in, but it was kind of like hard to get in. So to avoid that, I signed up like 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
So
Smart.
I don't know, but I did it ahead.
But we'll all be there this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
We got-
all right. So bring it on, Killian.
3 guys running the 100K, 1 guy running the 50K, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the 50K.
So 3 of us, we could take down Killian.
Dude, he's gonna be
Maybe
so
with all
happy.
3 of us combined, we could take down Killian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's gonna be so happy with his 4th place. He's gonna be thrilled.
Yeah, I love it.
And I think after that,
Here's the real question. If the 3 of us swept the podium, would you give your ticket to Killian just so you could say you gave your ticket to Killian?
you know Moy would. Moy loves
I mean,
Killian.
lifetime, you could sign it and then give it to him, dude.
dude, no, I won't. Because I said,
guy.
because I say like, no, because I will be like, I got a ticket and Killian did it.
Oh,
Hmm.
would you have him sign it though?
Dude, okay, so it's not like I'm like a fanboy of Killian. I just know
Killian.
how good the guy is.
Yeah. fair.
I bet against Killian once and I lost. And I really always want to be true. Like, bro, sorry. The truth is, I always wanted to see Killian being humanized, like losing and like not in a bad way, but kind of like I want this guy to be human. I saw him lost once against Francois. It was crazy. The year that Francois won UTMB, Killian second, and Tim Tollefson third. It was crazy. Since then, I was oh yeah, he is a little bit human. But then he hasn't lost for real since then. And I have bet a couple of times against him winning, even the year that he did like the short and long races, and he won them all. So it's hard to bet at him against him. That's the thing. Like, and I think that he is training more and better than ever before, because like he will do this crazy like UTMB wins a couple of months after like being in the Himalayas, like climbing Everest. So he wasn't actually really like, he was very strong, but like he wasn't like on his peak shape for that. He just like squeezed a UTMB and won it. But now I feel that he's like really training for these kind of things. So that's why I'm like betting like that he is very strong. If he shows up to Chianti and then he shows up to Western State, dude, I think he would be like ready to send it. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he shows up somewhere, one of those 3.
I think he will.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think he will throw away all the training he's doing. So I actually think he will show up, and I think it will be like very fun to see, because like even in Chianti, it's like hey, like yeah, like the France, what's the name, Vincent Bouillard, who won UTMB, he's gonna be at Chianti too. Dude, like good, but like I don't think he has a chance against Killian. But he's extremely good. But like I'm just betting that Killian is good. So
Jim's also racing Chianti, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I wouldn't bet against Jim too. So that's gonna be super entertaining to see, right?
Yes.
Who's gonna be on your fantasy free trail?
I don't do fantasy free trail.
If you, okay.
But that being said, if Killian can't make it to Chianti and he comes to Canyon, dude, he's gonna be so excited with his 4th place.
It'd be a great result for him, really.
Hey,
We'll be proud.
Maybe we
Yeah.
get him on the pod.
Maybe, yeah. If he gets 4th, maybe we'll
You
get
guys
him on the
want
pod.
Killian on the pod? I don't know if I want Killian on the pod.
Yeah, I think he's a good. Dude, I think he's.
It'd be so dope if Killian is on the pod.
We got a ticket from him. We turned him down on the pod.
God.
Put him on the pod.
People are listening to this like, what is wrong?
Yeah.
A lot is wrong with us.
Oh, gosh.
That's fair.
Anyways, yeah. Anything else you guys want to say about canyons and getting into UTMB?
No.
I don't think so.
No. I will say the one thing I just realized is that I don't have to go to Kodiak because I'm doing Canyons 50K.
There you go.
Into UTMB. I just realized this
Heck yeah.
right now on the spot. This is me thinking out loud live.
Can you move up distances?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So if you've made it this far, we're actually going to talk about something legit. We were running today talking about people's training that they post on the internet, and how we're like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe they held this heart rate for this long and stuff. And we had this nice discussion, and we came to the realization like everybody's different, like all of us like what heart rate we hold for what is different. And like, I don't know. It was just kind of interesting because I think, especially right now with social media, like you can always look at some data somebody posts and be like, whoa, they're like not fit, or whoa, they're super fit, or like, whoa, their heart rate's really low and they're running fast, but like, or the vice versa. And it's like, it doesn't tell the whole story, you know?
Yeah, totally. We were talking about Adam Peterman, who had done workout on South Sentinel or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think he posted a reel on Instagram about it as well. My take, I've raced with Adam and know him, and it's just like, dude, from my perspective, like we all, like in our reel, Seth, that we posted is like, you know, just trying out like the blood lactate thing, you know, just to see. Never done it before, but like ultimately at the end of the day, all this training we're doing is like just preparing us to race and like strive to achieve a performance result. And so that's all that matters. Can you put all the pieces together to like get that result? And it's the mental, it's the physiology, it's the execution of like, did you get your bottles? Did you consume the nutrition? Blah, blah, blah. And Adam is like goated, dude. It's like, I don't give a fuck what his heart rate is. Like he won Western States. He got a ticket, won Western States, and was world champion in the same year. It's like, I don't know, like that's fucking crazy. More than I've certainly ever done. And so it is so funny, dude, in this like culture where like all of the data is like online, like people's training data, like all of our, like the legends of like 20, 30 years ago. It's like no one knows what their heart rate data was when they were out on a Thursday night run on the creek path, you know? It's just like they were just training, getting fit, getting ready. And then when they'd show up and race, like that was the measurement. And so I don't know. It's like really interesting about just regardless of all the training measurement data, like who can put it together on race day.
Totally. I mean, dude, how many times? Well, yeah, first of all, like I think the Adam Peterman's heart rate and data he put up, like I think we were like I don't know, it was like 179. I was like, I haven't seen that number in a long time for my heart, you know, like I just can't do that, you know.
Yeah.
But like you're over here like, oh yeah, no, my heart rate gets up that high like easily.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, when I'm pushing a climb hard, hitting 180 is like normal for me.
At altitude.
Yeah.
So like
that's or at sea level. Like when I raced trucking, that I peaked at 180.
Yeah, well, but like I see, I think at sea level is like a little bit easier to sustain like a high heart rate. But he lives at altitude, right, Adam?
Yeah, Montana is
it's like kind of altitude.
It's probably like 4,800 feet or something.
So I consider that altitude. I think for me, everything above like 3,500 is like above 1,000 meters is like high. So I was very impressed that he was able to sustain for, I don't know, it was 20 minutes?
Yeah, it was like 4-mile tempo.
Like 20 minutes, I think probably uphill or something. He was able to sustain like 178 of a heart rate, average. And I was like, wow, that's impressive, because on my heart, that is actually hard. Like for me to sustain an average of 179 is very hard. I don't know. I don't think I can do it. But then like for Matt and Adam, it's like not that hard.
Well, I mean, I certainly can't.
Or doable.
I mean, if he's doing it for 20 minutes, that's likely just below his anaerobic threshold. Like if he did it for an hour, that would be absolutely insane data. But then there's, you know, like Adam, like Adam Mary right here. And I know Chuck and that's at sea level, but regardless, you held over a 170 heart rate for 3.5 hours of running.
Yep,
on
which
trails,
is crazy,
which is nuts. So it just goes to show, in that same year is when you were racing Adam Peterman too, or I guess the previous year you'd raced Adam Peterman too, and
like
so
4 months ago.
Yeah. So like the difference is, you know, everybody's makeup is a little bit different, and then fitness levels are different. Like what Adam Peterman is really good at may be completely different than like what your physiology is and what you're really good at and have maximized at. And maybe you have metrics that Adam would see that he would be like, wow, I wish like I could buffer lactate like that on a climb or something. You know what I mean? Like who knows what? But which is to Adam Mary's point.
It's getting
what happens
confusing.
here. It's none of this shit matters until you line up and race each other, and that's why we have races. And it's cool to see and like talk about and ooh and all over. But then like, I don't know. Like it would be interesting to like look at Katie Scheid's data and then look at if Courtney posted her data and like just see the difference between those two and like how they're both so dominant in the sport. You know,
and they're probably extremely different.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm impressed because like it is so different to what I'm used to seeing on me.
Mm-hmm.
That is like, wow, that's kind of crazy. I'm not saying that like there is like maybe the level of effort that he feels at 179 is the level of effort I feel like 174 or 70.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah,
and it's probably is, you know, but I just find like it is so crazy that like we are the same species, but we are so different, you know. And in some people is better in certain things than in other things. Like some people is great at flats, other at uphill, others at everything. And I find it very, very interesting to see something so different, and also that is out there. Dude, like kudos to like one of the best guys in the world. Just, you know, putting pace, speed, distance, heart rate. Like I think that's speaks like highly of like the quality of athlete he is, and I find it very impressive, like the numbers, and also just like that he just put it out there.
Yeah,
in a humble way. He's not trying to prove like anything. He's just like, this is my workout.
Yeah.
You know, and have a good day. It's so cool, dude. It's so, the attitude, the way how it's communicated. I don't know. Kudos. I think it's like very, very inspiring.
Yeah.
Totally.
And
agree.
I think something that I always think about as well, like kind of adding on to that is like or like adding on to what we've all said about like the races or what matters. Like, you know how many times like we've all probably done this where like before a race we're like looking at who's on the start list and we maybe look at their Strava and we're like, whoa, that workout was really crazy or whatever, and then we like smoke, like we cook them in the race, or vice versa, somebody you never heard of, and like they come and smoke you, and it's like, you know, where'd that come from? It's like, I mean, I just think there's like too much weight can be given to like
That's Strava file.
We're about to lose battery on the computer.
Oh,
all right, we
do you
can
have a plug?
I do.
Okay.
I'll grab that.
all right,
Momentarily pause.
taking a short intermission. No, it's great.
Dude, I don't know if like what do you guys think about the read?
No, I don't. Yeah. Go on.
Well, I forgot about it. It took me kind of out of space.
Oh, dude, I waited to talk about it. Waited for you to talk.
Not much. Besides the fact that
It just fits. Yeah. It was.
yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we're back at it. I feel like we're almost to the voice memo point.
Yes.
All right.
Crisis averted.
Crisis averted. I have nothing else to add. I don't even know what I was going with that.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, your training should work for you, and don't pay too much attention to other people's data.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Can I add one more thing about Adam Peterman?
Yeah.
Got it.
That dude may be one of the toughest motherfuckers in the trail scene right now. Like, I'm just thinking back about all of the races he's done really well at.
Which are a lot of them.
Well, not all, I shouldn't say all of the ones he's done really well at. Some of the ones that he's done really well at have had the craziest conditions and like setting where it's almost impossible to set yourself up for a really good day. And he just like blew the doors off of everybody. That race in Thailand,
Nuts.
freaking insane.
Yeah.
That year he won Western, absolutely a torture. Like,
That's true. That was one of the
Dude.
really hot
oh
years.
my gosh. And then
He won Chuckanut that year.
didn't
right.
he win Canyons?
Then a few months before Chuckanut, he won JFK. Before that, he won Speed Goat. Like his
Did he
rap,
win- did
his
he
rap
get-
sheet is long.
Did he get Canyons? He won Canyons the year, right? To get into Western?
Yeah.
And then that was the year, like, snowed and was muddy and then
Yeah.
also really hot. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, the guys, and then I mean, he holds how many records on treadmills? You know, in that like treadmill challenge, like.
Which looks dope. Looks like a scene.
What I'm saying is he has something up here, and I'm pointing to my head. He's got something up there that a lot of athletes don't have. I mean, for instance, his CCC this year, I thought was an incredible performance based off of coming off of a really long injury and just and like to perform in a race like that at such a high level. You have to be on it mentally when you know you're not your fittest to be able to do what he did. So. I just want to give kudos to Adam. Plus, he's a homie.
Because Adam, we're all big fans of Adam Peterman.
Yeah. Cool, and we like seeing his data. Still,
really like. Yeah.
Totally.
That's a good point. Like at root level, seeing people's data is pretty entertaining.
It's fun. Yeah, it's like I don't know. Sometimes it's like looking at art. You know,
it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right. We have some voice memos.
When is real data, not fudged or fake.
Yeah,
some people do that, dude. I see that all the time.
Well, there's that dude on Instagram that posts like reels with like completely ridiculous data, and people are like in the comments like, "Great job," and it's like clearly
I don't know. Like, sometimes when people take their like heart rate data from their phone, you can tell. Like, look at the graph. Like, there's no variation in it. It's ridiculous. There's like a perfect. That's just not how it works. You're not a robot.
I don't know.
Anyways, voice memos. Is that
voice? Yeah, we can do some voice memos.
Memo time.
All right, memo time.
Cool.
All right, we got to mount up our headphones.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oh, sorry.
Can you hear?
Yep. All right. Our first voice memo is from Mel Mack. So here we go. Oh, wait. There we go.
Hey, Boulder boys. It's Mel here, coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. I'm an emergency services shift worker, and sometimes it's a bit of time management Tetris to fit all the training in with everything else in life. I was just wondering what you guys do for work and how you guys manage to schedule it all and fit it in. And as a bit of a side note question, if one of your sponsors was to come around tomorrow and offer you 100K to quit your job and focus nothing on running, would you do it? And if so, why or why not? Love the show. Thanks.
All right.
Mel from Melbourne.
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had one.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you, Mel.
Adam, you want to go first?
Sure. All right. So what do I do? Well, would I take 100K? Would I take 100K from a sponsor that I don't currently have to run full time and not work my day job? No, because I have a family and second kid on the way, and living in Boulder, I wouldn't be able to put food on the table and pay rent.
Would there be a number? Like you don't have to say the number, but like
for sure there would be a number. But I think that is one interesting thing about profession. I'm again air quoting for people who aren't watching. Professional trail running right now is like everyone's situation is different. Like, you know, on the couch here, all of our personal situations are different, and so like the number our numbers would be all different of like what we could justify to like not work our day job. So I can't wait for the day until it's like the NBA where it's like, oh, to be a pro trail runner, it's like, dude, you're making like 7 figures. Everybody's making 7 figures. Generational wealth. But
I hope that day comes soon.
Yeah, like next year maybe. No, but yeah, so I don't know. My number would be higher than 100K. But I like what I do. I'm a engineering manager. I lead teams of people and help them, you know, kind of coach them to achieve their career goals and perform well at work. So I like what I do. I work remotely, so I can travel to races and work from home and see my son during the day periodically. So my day job works out well for me. In terms of like how I fit my training in alongside my day job, it's been a process of refinement and trial and error. Definitely the constant is it takes, for me, it has taken like a supporting partner to like be able to get to run at the level that I need to be professionally competitive. And like, shout out to Julianne, like when it just necessarily means like if I'm going to double and I'm running in the morning, that means she's getting Arthur up and changing his diaper while being pregnant, by the way. And then like, right now I'm doing the pod that I choose to make time to do. She's putting Arthur to bed, bath time in bed while pregnant, and made dinner for him. So it's like so much sacrifice behind the scenes to like, for me to show up as a runner and like contributing member of the pod. So how do I make it work? I don't do it alone. It's like my family also enabling. Also, my parents have been like hugely helpful and like encouraging me and supporting me. They come to like any race they can come to like cheer for me. My dad crewed me at Canyons when I got a golden ticket. Shout out, Dad, forgot to give me my gels, but like the vibes were there. And so, yeah, like it definitely takes a village. But seriously, like the last little bit here is like ultimately when you have all those additional like responsibilities, it really crystallizes like how important is this to you, and you ultimately have to be like I don't get to be like, oh, I'm gonna run at like 9 a.m. I'm running at fucking 6:10. And like if I don't do it, it's not going to happen. And then I have to like fit it in when I have time. And it's sometimes challenging, but like because I'm motivated, it's like worth it. So that's how I do it.
Shout out Oz.
Shout out Oz. That's my dad.
Yeah, I was laughing so hard because I remembered that story. Anyway,
Gosh.
yeah. No, I feel like Adam, you have a lot to juggle.
Yeah.
A lot on your plate.
Yeah, I think it's a little different for me. When I got out of college, I chose running to be the priority. And so, I still had to make a living. And that required me to make a choice on the type of job I was going to have an income. It started off just like managing a running store. And then balancing that was, when you're managing a running store, you kind of get to set your own schedule and hours within the store. And so I would set it up to where I could do my main workout in the morning and then work all day and then do my double, at like 9 p.m. or whatever when I got off work. But as my running progressed and I signed a pro contract, it was evident that like I needed more time to focus on running to be happy and to feel like a professional athlete, because that was like a big dream of mine. And so I started coaching remotely rather than I had the opportunity to coach at a college and turn that down. And so I decided to start coaching more remotely, and that allowed me to kind of build my own schedule. And there's days in certain weeks where that schedule's more loaded and it's more full time, and there's days and weeks and times of the year where it's not. But I kind of get to dictate my own schedule. So that's the big thing for me is like, if I need to go do a 3-hour run, but I don't want to get up at the ass crack of dawn, I'd rather, start at 9 and, finish like near lunchtime, then I know I'm going to be working later in the day and probably sacrifice running a second run instead, or, something like that. But I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't like, I enjoy coaching, and it's a pretty like sustainable job at the moment while I'm trying to compete at a high level. And that may change when like I'm done competing at a high level, but for now, yeah, that's how I juggle it. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I feel like I'm similar to Matt in this way, where like I picked a job that was conducive for running. I work as a nurse in surgery. I only work 3 days a week. Only work 30 hours a week or less sometimes.
You can scale it up and down.
On your feet, though. 30 hours on your feet.
30 hours on my feet. Yeah, sometimes. Well, actually, I said a lot more than you may think, or than I let on. But yeah. So I don't know. Like I fit. Yeah, like I guess my whole life is like around training for running, and it always has been. And I think, kind of similar. I assume like similar to Matt and like other people who kind of got careers like with athletics in mind. I think you just always make time for it. like obviously on days I work a big shift, so I like maybe after work I have like an easier run or something, which isn't always true. Seeing that I worked out yesterday after work, but yeah, it's just I don't know. I just fit in training like on work days after work, and then the other days I have completely off, and I can train as much or as little or whenever the heck I want. So pretty easy, but I also don't have kids or much else going in my life, and my wife is also very supportive and rides bikes and runs, so she like kind of gets it. And normally I'm running and she's riding, and there's no conflict. But yeah, that's for me. Oh, and the 100K, I would. Yeah, it's funny. I think like we'll let Matt answer this because I think you forgot the 100K. But for 100K, I think a year or two ago I'd have been like, yes, I'd just go full time, and like I still might go full time, but I
The North
think,
Face is listening. Don't tell them your number.
yeah, don't tell them my number. But I like I think I'm getting older and wiser and realizing like I probably need a career after running as well. So I'd probably still work at the hospital a little bit, but that's the perk of my job. It's super flexible. So I can kind of create my hours and, like Adam was saying, scale up or scale down my hours. So
You scaled down to like 2 days, right? For a little while.
I was doing 2 days a week before Canaria,
Which is nice.
and that didn't work.
But it's a sacrifice. It's like you're making less money.
Yeah.
have more time.
Like I don't have benefits through my work. So like if I don't work, I don't get paid. And I tried to go all in ish last year for Canaria, and it didn't work.
It didn't work then, dude.
It didn't work then.
But the bricks went on, you know?
The bricks went on. It worked a year later,
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah.
This is funny. I have chosen two things to focus on. One is running, and the other one is entrepreneurship. So I co-founded a startup, and the funny thing about both is that you know how much you're gonna put in, but you never know how much you're gonna get out. So we know how much or how hard we train for a race. We have no idea how the race is gonna go, and I know how much I'm putting into our company, but dude, no idea, what's gonna happen or how things are going to be in the future. So they do share that, but for me, the biggest driver on everything that I do is passion, and I have like a very deep passion for both things. So running or training is something that I love and shapes my life and helps me be a better person for sure. It has made me a better human. I met you guys through running. I met my wife through running. I have traveled the world thanks to running. So I couldn't be more thankful of the sport of running, which is so simple but so beautiful at the same time. And I have a very deep passion for it. So there are periods where I run and train harder, and there are periods where I train less hard, but I am always running, and that's kind of the constant in my life. And then about work, so not too long ago or a few years ago, I wanted to build something in the trail running space because, to be fair, like there hasn't been innovation in trail running because it's a small and niche market. Now we have, choose innovation like brands like Norda and like maybe even Satisfy that like are quote unquote like they are innovating in the gear space, but there was no technological innovation at all in trail running, and mainly because it's a niche sport and people don't see the opportunity. And I see that it's a massive opportunity. So we created a coaching app for trail running that is mainly focused in trail running. It's called Vert Run. And I run that. That's my day job. So in that, I wear a bunch of hats. Like, to give you an example, I was today I was working on building and developing an AI agent to provide trail running coaching advice and designing Facebook ads. So when you are an entrepreneur, I guess you have to wear a bunch of hats and just do your best. And if you don't work, things just won't work and you won't get paid. So it's high risk, hopefully high reward. But I love it. And I'm very passionate because we like see through Vert how many lives we change of people just like running their first 5K or the first 50 mile or the first 50K. And it's great. And we have a mission, which is to make trail running accessible and affordable to like, affordable coaching basically. But it's challenging. It's full of challenges. It's like super complex because emotionally you invest yourself a lot because it's your company. It's like your baby. So I guess that's the hardest thing. And then that has a balance or a counterbalance, which is like I do have the capacity of manage my time in a way that allows me to train. So that's pretty cool. But and my day right now, since I live in Colorado, is a little bit different. I used to live in France before, but now I just start early. Like my team is like I manage the development team, which is in South America, and they're like between 3 and 4 hours ahead. So we have our daily stand up. It's at 7 in the morning for me, which is 10 to 11 in the morning for them, which is kind of late for a daily stand up. But like I don't want. That's why I don't want to push it too much later. So I start at 7, and then maybe from 7 to 9 or 7 to 9:30 or 7 to 10, I get a bunch of things done, and then I go for my run. But like sometimes, like yesterday and today, that becomes a like I'm just doing a bunch of things, and then I can go for my run at 2, 3, 4, or 5, or 6, or 7. But I guess I always get it in, and I always do the workout. I don't miss like days that I have planned on running normally, and I love it. Normally, I love to run in the morning, but sometimes I just can't. 90% of the time, 80% of the time, I can. But yeah, it's challenging, and I guess like if maybe I'm going into like a whole speech here, but if you do it with passion, whatever it is, cycling, running, entrepreneurship, nursing, coaching, managing, and helping, like engineers to like achieve their goals, that's all it matters. And if somebody came and offered me $100K as a running contract, I will happily take it, but I wouldn't just drop the company, and not because of the money. But just because of the impact that we're making, and because how rewarding it is, and because I think that I love to use my body and like train hard, but I also love to use my brain, and I don't think one can live without the other in my lifestyle. I think.
Yeah, that's a great point. Also, one thing you kind of mentioned is like made me think of is I feel like as I've gotten older and we've seen like trail running kind of progress, like there's some examples of athletes who've been professionals and compensated on like a 5-figure level, but every once in a while, one of them will actually get hired full time to like work at the brand that they're sponsored by. And that's something I think about, like to take a pro contract for $100K, for example, and drop my day job. If I do that for 3 years, all of a sudden my resume for my day job is out of date, and it's very hard to get a job once my body can't compete at the professional level. I feel like there's a huge opportunity for brands to like establish a clear pipeline for athletes into like product development or sports marketing or like
La Sportiva,
anything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I just saw like Anton posted that he's taken on a role at La Sportiva, and I think, kudos to La Sportiva for seeing that vision and what they can do to utilize an athlete they already have and just to uplift trail running even more.
Also, the crazy thing, this is like, I'm sure you guys all see this, but like for some reason, this isn't like super obvious and part of the dialogue, but like Anton, for example, I think he has a master's degree.
He has like
he's brilliant.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
a philosophy or no?
Physics.
Yeah, he has like a hard science degree.
Yeah.
And so it's like all these brands are like, and these people that you all cheer for, we cheer for as runners. It's like, dude, like I went to college, work for professional companies. It's not like I wouldn't know what to do if like a running brand gave me a real job. It's like
we crush it, dude.
Why? Yeah, it's like it's just very odd that brands treat runners like in this tiny ass box of like, oh, just go do the races, and they don't see like, hey, if we like put you on the payroll and gave you benefits and gave you a blank check for the rest of your career to just be able to like know that once you stop competing at a high level, you can keep delivering value to the brand. Like it's a win-win because we also have all that knowledge of trail running, the community, what it's like to race at a super high level, like, and work a professional job. And I don't know.
And we've been all these years we're running professionally, we've been marketing.
Right.
So it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a double whammy. It's just like
I do think I will say, like, from my experience with the North Face, is like you have to be clear that that's what you want, because that's not the expectation from the brand. Isn't that that's what the athletes want to do in their
Totally.
running? And I was very clear with my manager, like, yo, like, I would love to work here when I'm done. And like, obviously there's no promises. I have to like go through the normal routes, but like,
But that's what
I've
I'm
been
saying.
doing things.
But
have
you
been-
should-
That's what I'm saying. It's like if you could stop the nursing thing and like get on the payroll with like, I am a professional athlete, that and it will transition to a full-time job.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, maybe in 3 years if the people who you had that verbal agreement with are still there and like you happened. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like way less certain. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree, dude. And the added value of like, I mean, yeah, working with somebody that knows the brand and also know the industry can be a game changer. For everything. Like, and there are great examples. You know, like, for example,
and Jason Slarb and Norda.
yeah,
Mhm.
I was blinking on it.
True.
Jason Slarb managed the athlete team and Norda, and dude, I bet that he is probably the best athlete manager out there.
Oh, I would 100% bet that. I've seen him at races and how he interacts with
It's
the athletes he
insane.
manages.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. It's a work of art.
dude, we
Beautiful.
finished Puerto Vallarta, and he also raised the 100K. We're like barely like eating some tacos, and one of his athletes was finishing on the woman race. Dude, he goes like he's cheering for her. He's like, and he is beat up. Like we finished like not too long ago. Like very 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 like
Yeah.
there and understand the products. I bet that he gives amazing feedback to the product designers at Norda.
And the awesome thing is like Norda or any brand, you get the longest interview with that athlete. Like you describing Jason, it's like, I've done a photo shoot with Jason. I've raced Jason. It's like, that's Jason.
Yeah.
So if you like the brands that have sponsored him have seen the way he shows up as a pro athlete and just as a person. And then it's like, oh, sweet. Like, why would you hire anyone else to be your athlete manager when
I
you
don't
know Jason's quality of character over years, you know?
Yeah.
And the guy is like, he has a college degree. I don't know
Right.
how if he has a master's or not, but served in the
Whatever,
He's
yeah.
served in the military. He's like
Huge.
been overseas. You know, he's
Yep.
Yeah.
traveled the world.
Professional athlete.
Professional. He's done. Has a family. Like
Father,
the guy's
yeah.
done everything.
Yeah.
Just yeah. I mean,
No, I agree.
kudos to
Well,
kudos,
dude,
whatever.
I hope that Vert grows to a point where we can hire athletes and just like have a team of athletes. That would be the dream, to be honest. Well, the lady who managed our marketing, she's a professional cyclist,
There you go.
actively riding.
There it
And
is.
I'm not saying that we pick her because of that, but
But
it does influence because it's like, I know how you think, you
Yes.
know, and I know the grit that you need to like ride bikes at such a high level. And that actually like makes a massive difference because you don't get to like win races or like be a pro athlete or like train as hard as we train just because like it happens. Like there is so much behind and there is a mindset.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's something genetic or like in our mind, but like there is something there that like allows you to push and like for like allows you to push like hard when it's not fun to push hard anymore.
I do feel like the mindset is something that if there is like an employer that doesn't quite get it, they might not understand it, you know, but like if you get it, you know, it's like, well, the mindset is like super valuable across many disciplines.
Dude, a good employer get it though.
A winning
Yeah.
mindset.
A winning mindset.
Yeah.
All we do is win. Well, when Vert becomes big enough, I want to be your barista.
Dude, we would love to have like an in-person like space, office on top,
Yeah.
and like sick coffee shop and store at the bottom.
Yeah.
You can be
I'll
the
make a
barista,
coffee, yeah.
and we'll pay you like $500K just to be the barista.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
And we'll open from like
Gotta make a coffee.
the
for
coffee.
$500K.
The coffee, the cortadas are going to be like $500 a piece.
dude. No, because like it's like we won't make coffee. We will make money with the coffee. It's already in the business plan.
Yeah.
People is listening. It's like, oh yeah, that's why purchase. Now I understand.
May that day come very soon. Open up that HQ in Boulder.
Dude, that would be the dream, you know, like, but like,
We'll just buy the Google building that's like half empty down the street.
Oh, the old one. Yeah.
They're probably looking to sublet, dude.
Yeah.
Mm.
Google's on the ropes.
yeah. I don't know if Google is something wrong with like a bunch of trillions in their bank account. Maybe they could buy version. Then we can have access
There
to
you go.
that.
Yeah, we should record from the Google headquarters.
I know somebody who works.
All you have to say is that Vert AI is powered by Gemini. You know. There you go.
It could be. We
It could be.
we can migrate to like GCS. You know.
I have no idea.
I
what
don't know.
these guys are talking about.
Me and Matt, we were just like, oh,
Or GCP. Yeah.
Well, so
Google Cloud.
Yeah, don't hire me if it has to do with
AI.
Technology
Yeah, no,
or
I'm just kidding.
internet.
I can
No,
figure
but
it
just
out. I
like
can figure it out.
you know that like you can. Well, we are on the plans. I talked to Max, and we're gonna be sending you emails for real about the after dark with Max and like
Oh,
the training plan.
Cool.
Hell yeah. Stay
so,
tuned.
So we're on that. We're on that. Stay tuned. We're gonna create a landing and put a tab like the Boulder
We
Boys
should do a
training plan.
special on our website.
And dude,
Boulder Boy shit.
Yeah.
freaking people won't believe it.
It'll be
So,
amazing.
sick. So we're on
Stay
it.
tuned.
Just to be honest.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Maybe, dude, maybe that's the path to the store, the coffee shop store / office, and we get Max to move.
There we go.
That's the plan.
That'd be awesome.
That's the plan.
Good question though.
Yeah, that was a great question.
That was a
one
good question. Mel from
Wow.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
yeah. It was like half the podcast.
I think that might have been the longest question
I think
we've
so.
riffed on.
It was
we,
great.
We have some Australian listeners. That's pretty cool.
We have some Australian listeners and some amazing listeners.
Yeah.
Do you have time for another, or do you want to?
I think so.
Okay.
How long have we been going?
We can go one more.
Oh yeah, do one more.
All right, do one more.
I feel like the 90-minute podcast is nice for listeners. You know,
Yeah, because
I always like a long
sometimes
pod.
it's either like 2 runs or
run and while you're making dinner.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, this next one is. Oh, sorry, I wasn't talking to the mic. This next one is from Zeb. I will find it here. Here it is. All right, I am going to play it.
This is Zeb out of Portland. The recent news from Stion's situation, the actions of the AFLD, with Seth's win at Black Canyon, huge congrats by the way, resulting in a drug test afterward. I was wondering how you all go about handling day-to-day supplements. Do you take any? Are you scared to try something that may result in a false positive? Do you track batch numbers? Seems like a really stressful position to be in as a pro athlete. I'd be interested to hear how you all navigate it. Thanks, and excited for more Year of the Boy.
You're
What
the
a great
boy.
question.
Shout out.
The boy.
That is a good question because before I had ever been drug tested, I always wondered that. Like, how stressful is it? You know.
Still never been drug tested, dog.
All right. There's an answer.
Keep that streak going.
Not stressful. I mean, I'll go.
Wait, in your golden ticket at Canyon, they didn't touch you.
No test.
That was before.
that's before. We got
before the
tested
air.
before the thing.
No test there. No test at.
Well, you didn't even get tested before the race.
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Slid under the radar. No, just kidding.
Shout out.
But that,
No, it's kind of like a. I don't know. At least for me, it feels like. I don't know. It's like test me. That's how you know you're elite. People testing you.
Yeah, you want to be tested.
I wanted to be
yeah,
tested.
I was stoked the first time I had to do it.
Huge disrespect.
You
You know.
realize what it all entails.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
sat and we couldn't pee, and then the.
Well, I remember like when we did CCC, it's like you got pulled aside to get tested. And they didn't test me, even though we both dropped out. You know,
yeah. They took a freaking hair sample from me, dude.
crazy.
But that was
the quartz.
Yeah,
Quartz probably still has
No
that.
one's know about
Probably
quartz.
what?
they took blood and hair, but they
took a
didn't-
toenail.
They didn't take a piece of hair. They went like full blown, like just chopped like a big old chunk of my hair. Like I had a chunk missing.
Well, it's how you identify the elites on the live stream, dude.
That's right, dude. I had a mustache. They could have taken a little.
A little chop.
That would have been hilarious.
All
All right, Seth, why don't you go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So to answer the question, yes, I do think about which supplements I'm taking. There's an easy website, and now I can't for the life of me remember what it is. Oh, Global DRO. If you go to globaldro.com, you can search anything and see what sport it's banned in. Because the other thing is like different sports have different drugs that are banned. And you can see if something you're taking is banned in track and field or running or trail running. Those are all the same. So that's super helpful as far as staying away from certain things. But for the most part, I like to take supplements that are third-party tested and clean sport verified. The caveat to that is I take an iron supplement that's just, I don't know, from the store, Nature Made, every once in a while. And yeah, I'm pretty, like, I don't know. I don't worry too much about it, I guess. Like, it's just 100% iron supplement. I don't think about it too hard. But yeah, definitely, like, even though, like, especially with the Steon stuff, I think that kind of made me a little more nervous. But like, even like taking a drug test at Black Canyon, like, you think about it, you're like, oh no, what if I like tested positive for something I had no idea, you know? But I don't know. I like, if you listen to the Steon episode from over a year ago, I stand by. It's pretty hard to get a false positive, so, or it's pretty low.
He's doubling down, but don't.
I'm doubling down.
Don't
Don't quote me.
Don't quote him.
But I think it's pretty low rate, so I didn't worry about it too much. But yeah, that's all I got.
Matt?
Yeah, I mean, yes, if it's stressful. Yeah, it is stressful. Like, just because you never know. Like, I don't know. It's hard to trust anything that like goes in you, right? Like any supplement or anything. But like Seth, I try and do anything I do take is third party tested. Right now, it's currently just a multivitamin and an iron supplement. And then bonus if it's safer for sports. So like any protein powder or anything like that, try and do safe for sport. Now there's times where it's like I'm on a budget and like I don't have the money to get like, protein powders or like or whatever, and I'll just get the generic brand, and that is scary because it's like, man, what if something's in this protein powder? But you try and get a brand
I've never
that's like,
thought about protein powder
yeah,
before.
I mean, there's all sorts of like, I don't know, I just freak
No,
out
you
about
just made
it.
me nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like forget about it until I'm like halfway through the bag and I'm like, oh shit, like, this is something I should have been thinking about. Yeah, it's easy to forget, like, because we have lives that don't just like totally revolve around like thinking about everything we consume, but at the same time we have to be very cognizant of what goes in our bodies. And so because of that, I honestly, I don't take very many supplements. There was a time in my career where I took a lot of different supplements. Like I took Optogen HP from First Endurance. I took multivitamins. I took iron. I took creatine. I took protein. And these days I'm pretty clean. It's mainly just like creatine, third party tested and safe for sport. Protein that's safe for sport and third party tested, and then a multivitamin and iron every other day. That's about it. So yeah, you just gotta be like, you just gotta read and make sure what you're taking is third party tested and that they are true to their word.
Yeah, I mean, I could repeat what these guys have said, but it's the same situation for me. One thing I will, two like little nuances here. One, like I'm lucky that I get a discount with like First Endurance, and like some of us have gotten discounts at different places before. When you don't have a discount, this shit is so expensive. Like to just train, it's like really expensive to just like have nutrition and recovery mixes and blah, blah. So it's like definitely hard if you don't have a support of a supplement company like that you can just, or like feed or whatever, or your pro running sponsors like giving you money. So just to acknowledge that there's definitely like an socioeconomic accessibility issue here. But dude, one thing's for sure, like that I don't do and that I probably should. I take like everything I take is third party tested, but I don't like keep track of in a spreadsheet like batch numbers in case like I came back with positive test results, and then I could just go back and be like, dude, these are all the batch numbers from everything I've taken. I probably should do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of interesting because we don't get tested too frequently.
No, but it's like it would be obviously unintentional, but it's like I don't have those batch and lot numbers. I could probably, for example, contact First Endurance or something because it's all stored in my order history, and it's like maybe they could like niche it down. But it's like, yeah, I should probably just every time I get a shipment, look at all the bottles, right? Like when I'm not doing my day job or training or making dinner for my kid or blah, blah, like open up the spreadsheet and write down all the batch and lot numbers. It's definitely the responsibility of the athlete. So I'm not trying to like shift that. It's just like, should probably do that. Every pro athlete should probably be doing that.
I mean, the thing is like, I think for you or whatever, I think the thing is like, as trail runners versus maybe other sports. We don't get randomly drug tested throughout the day. We get drug tested at races exclusively at this point. And like, for instance, like you probably only need to know the batch numbers around races.
Probably. Yeah.
Which makes it a little easier. But like, it's like, I don't know. It's
But do
like,
you do that?
No.
Right.
I've never thought about it.
Yeah.
First time.
I
Good
saved,
question.
I saved all the trash from your gels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really?
When you threw down
Yeah,
your belt and you went into drug testing, I took all of your gels and kept it in case it came back so that can be tested.
It's under his pillow.
I think you put it in a bag, and I think I threw them all.
Well,
I don't even know.
An attempt was made.
but just so the listeners know,
It's
like
smart.
those are the things that we're doing. Like, I mean, it's not something Seth can think about at the end of a 62-mile run in the desert, but it's something that, like, you know, his nutritionist Vic, shout out to Vic, when I was texting him after the race, was like, how's Seth feeling? I was like, he's currently in drug testing, and Vic was like, don't forget to do all this, and it was like, oh yeah, of course. And so, like, you know, having those little reminders and doing those little things, that's like what we're having to do now, because because of situations like Steon's and Shelby Houlihan's, and, you know, like we don't know.
I know we brought this up before too, but like even with the best preparation and intention on our part as athletes, like let's say that you had added to the spreadsheet every single like batch and lot number from every gel you were gonna take in the race, right? And like you just had that and you were like, I'm only gonna take these. What if you like grabbed a gel from an aid station or like filled up with hydration mix?
So
And like in UTMB's case with Steon, they couldn't source the lot and batch number from any of that NAC product.
Which is an
Just
insane
fucked.
mistake.
I know. And then
on a race that
Mhm.
like is supposed to be a final,
and you can't have crew at the 50K, so you have to take drink. You know what I mean?
It is tough.
That is
Super tough.
not
I
bueno.
I would rather. I do feel like being tested at races is cool, but to that point, there's so many variables that happen during the race. I would rather like be tested out of competition.
Totally. I
'Cause
agree.
you're just like, I'm in my controlled environment.
Yeah.
Also,
With my variables.
I am curious, like with our races and the distances and like what it does to our body, how much of that, like if somebody were to cheat, how much of that is actually gonna still be like showing up in a test at the end of a race like that, where you're fully dehydrated, you know, your kidneys already aren't working right? Like,
Yeah. Well, there's another thing that I thought about the other day that's interesting, maybe to somebody listening, is like you could run stuff out of you. You know, you're like sweating and stuff.
yeah.
But you can also like increase the concentration of it in your
Mm.
bloodstream because you have lost a lot of fluids.
Good point.
So like, I don't know,
So-
maybe you pee out something and there's like a higher concentration of something because you're dehydrated. You know? So, like,
This just makes me think.
Diuretic.
I only take
Yeah.
I take creatine, protein, of course, like powder. But dude, I have been taking like a Chilean magnesium.
Oh God. It's been
Before I go to bed, I just remember it's like I have this magnesium that I just bought in like a kind of natural pharmacy in my hometown. It's okay. It's like a decent brand.
plenty of time to clear your system before
It
Kansas
should,
City.
it should be fine, but like I guess I should like maybe it's even sports certified. You know?
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
we
Boy,
don't-
I got some magnesium at my house you can have.
Yeah.
It's sports certified.
It's for you tell me the brand. I have to do a defeat order or an order online about nutrition in a online platform where I pay full price. And maybe I'm gonna get some. What do you guys? What brands do you guys use for?
First endurance for me.
For all the vitamins.
Yeah.
Dude, that multi V, like I'm out of it, but I love it. I'm gonna get I'm gonna make an order.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Let me know.
I will let you know.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know right now.
But I use them, one, because I've used their product and I like it, but this stuff's expensive, dude. I get a discount. It's like, it's
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, but it's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
What do you guys use?
I was using First Endurance stuff.
Nice.
I'm not sponsored by a nutrition brand, but Pillar just sent me a bunch of supplements. So
Love the pillar magnesium.
I got I got magnesium for you. Not from Chile. It might be from Chile. I don't know where it's from.
Maybe,
but,
dude.
yeah, so I switched to that the other day, but just to try it out. I don't know. I use Nature Made as well. That's the one you can buy at Kroger.
You take magnesium before bed?
Yeah.
Me too.
And-
That's when I take it. I think it helps me sleep better.
I sleep so hard anyway.
Me too.
I used to do all that. I also used to take melatonin. Now I just am used to not sleeping very much. Somehow I'm not
Dude.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
parent life.
Well, yeah.
Speaking of sleep.
I know. I'm so dozing off.
Wait, Moit, do you have any other like context about your protocol or supplement routine or?
I actually, honestly, I have all of my life. I have been kind of against pills and like supplements and stuff. There is something that I take, which is omeprazole. Like I take it often just because I have like acid reflux, which increases with the stress. But I have that for a couple of years, so that helps. Don't take it every day, but sometimes. Magnesium before I go to bed. And I actually haven't been taking iron. I should get back on the iron. But like I have never been like I have a protocol. It's funny. I try to have a protocol. And I was taking like this protein shake and this like kind of like athletic greens, in France. Dude, turns out like all of those things has soy, and they were actually like hurting me. So like I was like, I just gotta keep it simple and light, like a little magnesium before bed and like maybe some iron. I have to get back on the iron, and plenty of water.
Hydrating is key.
So key.
I definitely take
Hydrating is
like
key.
noon tablets throughout the day.
I have to get back on. Yeah, like I ran out of. I had some noons too.
There's wild strawberries on sale at Whole Foods at Ideal Market.
Dang.
Apparently
Oh,
nobody likes that flavor. Half
I
price.
love
It's a
it.
good flavor.
Okay, we'll go.
have you guys had those Mortal kombucha?
Those are good.
Those are
Mortal
really
hydration.
good. Mortal hydration. But there's from the Mortal Kombucha company in Boulder. No, it's the same one.
Okay.
It's the same one.
Cool.
Yeah. Very,
Yeah.
very good.
I'm all about that. Yeah.
But the strawberry noon is good and you can buy it anywhere.
I'm
Yes.
thirsty now.
Yeah.
Same.
All right,
All right.
that was a good one.
Thanks for these voice memos.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
great questions, and I feel like I don't know. It definitely made me learn something from the question. Like I'm gonna
Totally.
keep track of my stuff before races.
Yeah, I feel like
just in case.
we all learned we need to take track our stuff a little
I
better.
guarantee you, if there's any other pro athletes listening to this, they're probably like, "Oh shit, like I should do that too."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
not all of them, but at least one or two.
It's true. Sweet. Well, yeah. Thanks for the voice memos. Keep sending them in.
Thanks for the coffee.
Thanks for the coffee.
Huge.
Smells great.
We'll check the batch number and make it.
Let's go to the spreadsheet too.
Thinking about it, I was like, the coffee. We consume a fair amount of coffee in our lives.
Super
That's
stoked.
true. That's
Honestly-
that's a performance enhancer.
Honestly, if I go
Caffeine?
in for coffee, it's only fitting.
Somebody's gonna like.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Don't do that. Anyway,
Maybe why did like our competitors are sending us this? Maybe this says shipped from Salt Lake City.
That would be hilarious. Sabotage.
Oh man,
Nah, the Salt Lake City men would not do such a
They
thing.
would
no, dude.
Oh, fine,
Yeah.
yeah.
until it's not.
We love you guys.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for
Do we?
We got love for them.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for listening. Episode 37.
Good night.
Bye.